Hi gamers, welcome back to Chapter 4 of Uncharted 3 on my journey to Platinum, or Flat-inum to Platinum as I like to say it, which is I think a terrible name, but I love it because I love things that rhyme, and to be a little punny. So this is going to be, I forget the name of the chapter, but kind of our infiltration into the building. This is something I love about Cutter. It's another one of those things that makes me disappointed he wasn't in the game more. So these like little character moments. Anyway, here's the first treasure in this chapter. I believe that's number 13. But again, check the thumbnails just to make sure. That's some pretty easy stuff. A lot of this early chapter stuff is really just tutorial. Kind of getting you used to the idea of platforming, and you know, like we said with the last chapter, the chase sequence is how those work out. Here you'll see the idea of moving objects, and so they layer in these little tutorial elements, and they work in. And I think, you know, for as much as it is a little bit hand-holdy and unnecessary, I do like that they have these great character moments. A little red phone booth is interesting. I don't know if that is meant to mean anything or if it's just there for effect, but you know, don't expect Nathan Drake to pop in and out and turn to Superman, I guess, or head off into Hogwarts. We get a nice little reintroduction of one of my favorite characters from Uncharted 2, Chloe.
Enjoy yourself a little bit too much for my taste. My ears are still ringing.
Love to find out what people's opinions are for best girl, Chloe or Elena. As much as I think Chloe's got more sex appeal and she's got her own personality, I actually really liked Lost Legacy and how they handle that character. I still think Elena is my favorite. Her personality, her kind of the way she talks back to Nathan, the way she can, you know, her wit and charm and everything is yeah, she's great too. But both characters are really well written, and yeah.
No one's gone in or out.
Think these are really necessary? I mean, it's not like they're expecting us.
Don't underestimate these blokes. They're not messing about.
Hey, we're just gonna sneak in and we sneak out, just like that.
Yeah, fair enough. But any trouble, you shoot first and ask questions.
I was actually thinking this when I was watching them walk by, but I don't know if anyone's worn a suit before. I have, and I'm sure a lot of people have. I don't think you can really be that mobile and agile. Maybe it's just me, but all the suits I've worn were really like, you can barely move in them sometimes, especially if you want to look good in them. They have to be pretty tight-fitting, and it's pretty hard to move in, let alone like platform. You know, the shoes that I've worn, like these dress shoes, never. I can wear them for like 15 minutes and then I'm already dying in them. I guess it's like the same thing when you see women in high heels in movies or games like try to do crazy stunts. It's like that doesn't seem realistic. Like it's a little too much suspension of disbelief. So when I see Nathan doing things like this and just straight parkouring his way up there in a suit and dress shoes, I'm like, eh. I was like, what dress shoes is he wearing? Because I need to buy those because those just don't seem realistic. Take a little joy in the skybox, looking at beautiful old London. Never been there. I really want to go there one day. One of the things that my wife has really gotten me into is just doing more traveling. It's always fun to kind of go to these places. I remember when we went to Rome for the first time, there was definitely something special about it. Just, you know, when you play these games and you get to go to these locations in the game, and then you go to them in real life, it adds like a little bit more flavor to it. I'm planning on going to the Greek islands at some point this year, and I definitely want to play through Assassin's Creed Odyssey just to get that experience. See if that changes my opinion of the place. So here, if you drop down, and as you saw, we get treasure number, I think it's 14. Again, I can't remember the numbers. Just pay attention to the thumbnails to know where to go. And then I do some dumb things here because I'm like, what? Where am I supposed to go? And I even like move the camera to say, hey, this is what you should be doing, and I just, like an idiot, I completely forgot about that. I do a lot of dumb things in this game. I'm like, oh, I can drop down. That doesn't seem like a far enough jump, or that doesn't seem that far down. That big of a drop. Turns out it is.
Empty? Wait a minute, where did it go?
So instead, I drop down. Finally figure it out.
Where the hell did they go?
Then if you look, once you drop down, if you look to those boxes up there and platform your way up, you should get your next treasure, which I believe is number 15. Then we go ahead and bring everyone inside, as my dog completely messes up the couch. Let me... Boy.
Does anybody see a car? Because I don't see a car.
I don't understand.
Damn it.
You sure this is the right one?
Yes, the green door, I'm sure.
Nate, we are losing time here. That damn briefcase is looking better and better.
All right, come on. They didn't just vanish into thin air, right? There's got to be an explanation. Just spread out, look around.
You were here, all right. I can still smell the
This is a pretty
exhaust.
easy puzzle. Just kind of look at where those tire tracks go.
Tire tracks. Still wet from the rain. Looks like the car turned.
Yeah, while they start off a little simple, I think the puzzles in this game get really, really interesting. There's one I seem to remember which involves like light and creating shadows that I think was just a really, really cool puzzle.
Hey, check this out.
Come on, you're supposed to be the smart one. What are we missing?
Some kind of mechanism.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, I'll let this cutscene kind of play out, this one little puzzle play out. I'll meet you on the other side.
There and there. All right, everybody, on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
And?
Well, this has got to be it. Wait, it's the light. Sully, aim your beam at the wall. Like headlights.
Well, abracadabra cadabra.
Nate, just who are we dealing with here?
There's only one way to find out. We'll track the car. You head back to the van.
We'll try and stay in radio contact. I'll let you know when we get through to the other side, all right?
Wherever the hell that is.
Just be ready for anything. Might be a quick exit.
No doubt.
She's the best driver in the business, you know.
So I've heard.
All right, we're back. Now we get into the underground part of this. There's
Who the hell drives their car underground?
Oh, well, let me think. Someone who doesn't want to be
a
followed.
few more treasures we're going to get, and we're also going to get our strange relic, which should net you the trophy. Once again, because I'm recording on the PS4's standard recording settings, they won't let you,
Not for long.
or they don't show when the trophy pops up, so you'll just have to take my word. I am on PSN profiles if anybody wants to look at it and make fun of me for all the for how terrible my level is. I will say, aside from only I think 2 or 3 games, I don't have any of those. Like I said before, I don't have any kind of cheap platinums. If I platinum a game, it's either a game I really like, or recently I platinumed Goat Simulator just because it was on PS Plus and I downloaded it and said, okay, it's a quick and easy platinum. But aside from 2 games, I think 2 or 3 games, I don't think I've ever gone out of my way to buy a game just to get a platinum. Again, if you do it, that's totally up to you. Like, I'm not really there to judge people for how they do that. It's not for me to say, but for me, getting the platinum should be kind of, I think, inherent. You should enjoy the journey about getting a platinum. I don't think it's about, you know, I don't feel like it should be for any other reason other than just to get the platinum, and to just enjoy that journey. Real quick, here's another trophy, and I think I do check here to just make sure and see how many I have. So, yep, that should be number 16, and there we go. Yeah, Yeah, I tried to pick up the other gun, and then they're like, no, you can't do that. So yeah, definitely on crushing difficulty, since this is your first firefight, you know, you can't take that many hits. You die very, very easily. So take advantage of cover. You don't see me using it in this chapter, but in other instances, there are situations where you can take advantage of the fact that you can peek behind cover without being in cover, and you can shoot at enemies without them being able to shoot at you. When I get to it, I'll kind of show it off, but it's a very, very useful way of taking down enemies without taking damage. So in this section, this is where we're going to get our strange relic. Instead of going all the way down, you're first going to go to the left, and you're supposed to go to the left and down, but first we're going to go up, and then you're going to go to the left and keep climbing up, and then at the top on the very right, you should get the egg, and that should pop the trophy for the strange relic. Again, I will put it in the thumbnail so you can see the timestamps for all of this. And then right after that, but it will also track it as a treasure, so that should record as treasure number 17. And so if you jump to the left here, you should get treasure number 18. And we have one more left in this chapter, which is pretty easy to get. There's not too much combat here. There's only one more section where there's some combat. There are a couple of enemies that are going to show up here. They take their sweet time, so we're just going to go ahead and wait for them, and then when they do, we're just going to pop them in the face. I think I used up a few too many bullets for it, but that is okay.
Okay. Ready when you are. Damn, you're good.
Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, the, you know, getting the platinum, I think, for me, it's just a way for me to kind of really feel like I played a game through to completion. I know there are certain games where you can get the platinum and still not see everything there is to see in a game, and other games where you can get the platinum and see way more than you need to see in a game. I think getting that platinum is always interesting because it changes. It can change, in my mind, the way you see a game. In some cases, it can make it better, and in some cases, it can make it worse. But for me, it's just really about enjoying games, playing games for the fun of them, not for any other reason than just to enjoy them. Because that's why we do it, my friends. So if you hop up here, you're supposed to go up and to the right, but before, go left, and you're going to get treasure number 19. That is the last one for this chapter. The rest of it is really just a bit of platforming. There's not much else left to see there. So I will end the commentary here. And again, guys, thank you again for watching. I really appreciate any comments you can leave, any feedback you can leave. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. It would really just help me out. But more than anything, just your comments, just your feedback. What you like about my videos, what you think I can do better. I always want to try and improve this and make it better, and your feedback is critical to that. So thanks again, guys. I will see you in Chapter 5.
Okay, Charlie, come on.
There's the tunnel again.
That's too far to drop there. We'll break our damn necks.
Down here.
Where the hell are we headed now?